Hey, it's your pal, the Dancing Housewife, and welcome to the Dancing Housewife Podcast. Joining me this week are Alan and Thuy Golombek. They're a married, competitive amateur ballroom dance couple, but what makes their partnership so interesting is that Thuy has a significant hearing disability, which makes it virtually impossible for her to hear the music playing. They are joining me tonight to share their fascinating story. Welcome, Alan and Thuy. I am so excited to have you on the Dancing Housewife Podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm excited to share the story with whoever it might help.
Yeah. To start, can you each share a little bit about your backgrounds? How did each of you get into ballroom dance? And Alan, I know that you are going to be doing a lot of the speaking for Thuy, but Thuy, anytime that you want to interject, just let me know.
So I was always interested in it. My grandfather was a ballroom dance teacher. That's actually how he met my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
And so when I retired from the military and settled here in Northern Virginia, they were offering ballroom dance lessons at the gym I was going to, so I had no more excuses. And I started doing that so many years ago. And then as I started dancing socially, that's actually how I met my wife, Thuy. She was interested in dancing, even with her disability then. And of course, I saw this pretty lady in the dance studio. And
that was history, right?
Oh, I started dancing 2000,
a long time ago.
2014.
Okay.
So when I met, and then he helped me.
She thought I was helping her. I was hitting on her.
And then I'm sort of together, and then we go competition.
Yeah. So you met at the dance studio. At what point did you decide that you wanted to compete together?
So what happened was I was actually starting to really get interested in taking some private lessons. And then I was dancing pro-am. And Thuy would come and root me on. And I said to her, enough of this rooting me on stuff. It's your time. And that's how she finally said yes. And we started taking lessons together. And that's how we started competing together as an amateur couple.
So a little bit of coaxing by you, Alan, I guess. I did the same thing to my husband.
It didn't take much. I think she might be shy now, but she likes to dance.
Thuy, can you share a little bit about your hearing disability? For example, how long have you had the disability and what challenges does it create for you?
If I don't have a hearing aid, so I can hear anything now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Are
you completely?
I don't have a hearing aid. When this day I don't wear, but this day I wear with hearing aid. I wear overlay. So I wear like 40%.
Oh,
So
40%.
With the hearing aid, so I can hear anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
when I sleep at the open, I can hear anything.
So she's completely deaf in
One
one
ear.
ear and 90% deaf in the other.
Wow.
With the hearing aids, she can hear some sounds.
40%. Wow.
It's actually less than that.
Okay.
It's more like she has 10% hearing in the one ear she has hearing in. And it was because of a childhood disease. She was born hearing, but then had a disease where it took away her hearing.
Okay.
And she's been suffering with it ever since then. So childhood in Vietnam.
Oh, wow. Thuy. Wow. That is.
It helps my ear, but with the hearing aid, I can hear anything.
Yeah. Without the hearing aid, you hear nothing.
Yeah. With hearing aid, something.
Yeah.
Without it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I find it amazing, Thuy, that you're dancing because the music is such a big part of your timing and of the character of the dance. So, Alan, help me. What adjustments have you made as a leader, and what does Thuy do as a follower to help navigate those challenges?
Her love of dance comes from the expression that allows her to have when she dances, and that's why she does it. And so what we do is we work a lot on the connection with lead and follow.
Okay.
So sometimes I get the DJ in competitions to turn up the bass.
Okay.
So she can feel the vibration a little bit.
Okay.
Otherwise, she has to rely on my lead.
Okay.
And so and we work with our coaches not only on the figures, the syllabus figures, but on the connection between the two of us. So she loves American smooth. That's probably her favorite
Mine
style.
too.
Yep. And I love standard because I have her in frame the whole time.
Oh, right. So is it easier to lead?
So it works out.
Yeah. I don't blame you, Twee. I like smooth. That's my favorite. I love
Yeah,
smooth.
I love smooth.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love smooth. I
Yeah,
think
smooth.
it's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
but I love international too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
I
So
do.
you guys dance
Yeah.
smooth, standard, rhythm, and you're working on your Latin
We're
again.
finishing our training in Latin.
Gee
We had
whiz.
done all of them before,
Right.
and then when COVID hit, they sort of got away from us.
Right.
But so as we came back into our training, we did those three first because American style is her favorite, and so now we standard finished that some time ago. We've competed many times in standard, even at the USA Dance stuff, and then now we're finishing our training in Latin.
Okay.
So we'll be back to 19
That
dancing.
is crazy. That's
Plus
amazing.
salsa, bachata, West Coast swing.
You're just maniacs. You're just dance maniacs. So I want to get back to the lead, and I want to get back to the things that you do to maintain your connection and to maintain staying in sync. So do you have special techniques, or are there cues or strategies that you use, Alan?
So the connection, of course, through our right side, we don't like a social dance where we have some distance between us, whether it's smooth or standard, we have body contact. And then the best part for us is that our coaches really concentrate on what the lead is.
Right.
I mean, all these years I've been dancing and making sure I don't break my frame, all the kinds of technical things that make for a good lead, breaking down each action into its component lead parts together, and we practice it together. So it's a combination of coaching and practice that help us dance together, and so that's what helps.
What's been the biggest learning curve, and then how has that been complicated by Twee's disability?
So the learning curve really is there's a couple of pieces that went into this.
Uh-huh.
Dancing with each other, I've learned over the years how to listen to her, what she's trying to tell me, and the feedback we have each other in the discussion of dancing. Then we have to find some coaches that can help us communicate properly. Because as an example, one of our coaches is just phenomenal coach, but she speaks too fast and she's got a Russian accent.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard for her to understand
Right.
what the coach is trying to say. So I constantly have to remind the coaches to do what you're doing. Slow down, talk to her, right at her, and those kinds of things.
Right.
So that's been the challenge. But once we once we start dancing, she's the better dancer. She's amazing. I mean, she understands the technique.
Yeah.
She understands the follow, because when we're dancing, even in competition, I've been known to mess up or forget a step every now and then. It's happened.
Welcome
I know
to
it's
the
hard
club.
to believe, but, right? So she is right there, though. She completely follows, even though we have some choreographed stuff in our
Right.
routine. If she's just all there whenever, so she's that attuned, especially when we compete.
Right.
When we practice, we might, stop and start over. But when we're competing, and if I make a mistake, but I continue, she's all about following.
So I learned some basic step, and then I did it then. So I know how to
Yeah.
bring in people, and then a leader can follow them. So
Yeah.
that means, yeah.
I'm not sure I understood all of that, Twee. Alan, can you help me?
So yes, she's saying that she has a fundamental understanding of the steps and the leads.
Ah, right.
When something happens that I go back to the basics or restart the routine wherever I pick it up, she's able to follow because she has that understanding.
Oh, okay. Wow, you have to be a great follow, as good of a follow as Alan is of a lead. That's very impressive.
I think the follow is harder. You have to wait that split second to understand what I'm asking for and communicate with. And she's amazing that way.
Sometimes I love music, and I'm not on time.
Yes. Timing. She's saying timing is an issue sometimes for her. She tries to listen to the beat or feel the beat of the music.
Yeah. So Tweed, when the DJ is able to increase the bass or increase that subwoofer, do you actually feel it in your body from the floor up?
Yeah.
I do.
I have a question. Do judges and other competitors know? Can they tell? Or how do they react when they find out about Twee's hearing disability? Because I feel like I've seen you on the floor, and I didn't know that Twee had a hearing deficiency until our good friend Roseanne Lynch connected us. And I would bet that many people are as surprised that I am, because you guys do such a good job of staying connected.
Well,
Have you
thank
had
you.
judges say anything, or have there been comments like of surprise?
No, we don't go out of our way to tell them. I think some of them are aware. I mostly tell the DJ,
Right.
and then when we start to dance, that's where she like is just incredible. But I think over the years, the judges and the adjudicators know that she's hearing impaired.
Okay, so I wanna talk about marriage and dance partnerships, because I, as you know, the dancing doc is my husband,
Yes.
and we dance together, and it's not always easy. Some married couples say that dancing together strengthens them. Some say it challenges their relationship. I have friends who say, I don't know how you dance with your husband. I can't do it. How would you describe what ballroom dancing has done for your marriage, or how has it impacted your relationship as a couple?
I would tell you it's strengths. We have the same challenges that most couples have.
Uh-huh.
I love dancing with my wife. I love dancing with her, and I've learned to patience. And the reason I'm patient, even though sometimes I can be a little hard-headed, she's often right. I just have to take a step back and listen to what she's saying. So when we're practicing together, I try to not to get frustrated, and if she's trying to lead or correct me, I have to listen, because she really has that extra understanding of technique and some of the figures, and she's got a great memory for that. And so that's helped us.
Yeah.
But still, then when we have coaching, then I just leave it up to the coaches
Right.
to do their marriage counseling part of it.
Right. That's a good segue to my next question. When you do have disagreements, what's your strategy for handling those? Because the doc and I have our own strategy, and I'm always curious to hear what other strategies are.
It never lasts too long for us. We just get past it, and sometimes you take a quick break, 5 minutes or whatever, and say we'll come back to it. We don't give up on anything. Right. We just maybe take a walk away from it for a minute when you start, because we don't dance to get frustrated. We dance to have fun.
Right.
In the back of my mind, I always know this too, that the practice we're doing to improve when we compete, that is just so special. All that frustration goes away. It's just about dancing and the meeting the nice people and all the other things. So I keep the goal in mind as well, and that helps us get through all of that. And then we just dance.
So the doc and I try to make a correction maybe 3 or 4 times. I usually want to grind away a little longer, but he will say, "Okay, we're not getting anywhere. Let's bring this to our teacher."
She wants to practice sometimes more than I. And I was just in sports in college my whole life, and so I know what athletics is. But she's great at wanting to practice and then practice a little more and
practice with him.
Twee, I want to know what you would say to other dancers, but especially people with disabilities who may feel hesitant to compete. You're such a good example.
Would you tell people who have disabilities to help them dance?
So, everything
She's saying everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything will be okay, but dancing with a partner
Yes.
is I think what she's saying is
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, she loves to help others. But you can hear in her voice that it's difficult for her to communicate sometimes.
Yes.
But they love her help. I think I told you I teach engineering at the community college. I also teach beginner ballroom dancing there. And she loves to come with me and help the leaders.
Right.
And she can, and to a degree, this is what's amazing with her. She can dance the lead.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So she helps me that way.
Sometimes he have a last women, so I have to be leader.
Yeah.
It's all very basic, but she's good at it.
Yeah. So you teach, but how often do you guys practice? Are you dancing 3 styles at nationals this year?
3 styles at national, and we practice several times a week. We've really increased since we went back to Latin. I want to say 3 private coaching, 3 times a week.
Oh, wow.
And group class a couple times a week.
Oh, wow.
While we're there, we practice.
Okay.
And then, like, on our day off, like tomorrow, we will go to the dance room at the community college and practice.
Yeah.
Or the dance studio closest to us and practice.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. What are your plans moving forward? Where will you compete, or how can people find you and catch you on the dance floor and even catch you off the dance floor?
So so she might dance pro-am in one or two local competitions. And then I say, well, listen, Twee, as long as you're going to be there and I'm going to be there rooting for you, why not dance? And as far as USA Dance, this is our general schedule. I have family in Chicago, so we do the Midwestern, and then the MAC, which is not far away because we do maybe a little sightseeing while we're there, go
Right.
to New York, and then the national championships wherever they are. So that's our USA Dance schedule. And then one of the other things we do is we love to dance socially.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the studios have showcases or
Right.
social dancing. We do that all the time in the Northern Virginia area.
I would bet that there are people out there who are hearing impaired that would love to dance and would love to connect with you, Twee.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable sharing your email address, or can they reach out to you on Facebook? What's the best way to connect?
The best way is Facebook.
Okay.
I do a little more with it than she does.
Okay.
And then my email address is ajgolom@yahoo.
Okay. I'm really, really delighted to have met you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on the podcast and to talk about this. I know it's deeply personal, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, folks, thank you all for listening. This is the Dancing Housewife signing off. And as always, happy dancing.
That's all, folks.